Well, y'all, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I done got the little swap done and all that, but I done messed up. Where can I start? I don't even know where to start at, y'all. Let me pop the hood for that. I ain't got the key. But I messed up. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Like, I changed the timing belt, water pump, and all that, and I over torqued the water pump bolt, and I broke the water pump bolt. There's one of them just broke. That's still in there. Hold on, real quick. We'll get back to that. Hold on. But like I was saying, yeah, I messed around and broke the water pump bolt. So I put coolant in it yesterday. I came after work today and checked it out, and it was leaking coolant from the water pump, which I figured it was gonna do. Like I said, if I put it in here and if it leaks, I was gonna take it back out and just, you know, fix it. I would fix it under the hood, but it's not enough room for me. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Here go my key right here, the flip key. Let me show y'all what it's looking like under here. Like I just threw it in like 2 days ago. The motor in like, I think 2 days or 3 days though. She look good with her LEDs in it. Here go the motor right here. It runs and everything. Like I can literally start it from my remote right now. I'm gonna show y'all real quick. And I believe I got a stuck lifter in it. So I'm about to either take that out and try to figure out what's going on. I don't think I'm gonna do that, 'cause I done did a lot of stuff. Like I literally dropped the motor and everything in myself. I ain't gonna say in myself, but my twin brother helped me, but it's like I ain't take it to no mechanic and stuff like that. So I've been doing all this myself, so I don't think I'm finna mess with the dang lifters and rocker arms and stuff like that. I'm gonna just send it to an actual shop, but I'm gonna let y'all hear it start up. I got the remote start, so hold on, I messed around and clicked it twice. It's finna start right now. So you hear the lifter lock. You hear, I think that's the lifter knock if you hear it. It just started that yesterday. It literally just started while I was driving. So when it did that, I came back and parked it because I ain't trying to ride it like that. But it started, so cut it off from the key. But yeah, it's leaking from down here. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I stopped recording because I didn't think it was gonna actually happen. Like, I didn't think I was gonna actually get it done. First of all, I put it in, put the battery in and stuff like that. It went and started, it just kept ticking. So I'm thinking, okay, well, the battery dead. So I took the battery over, let it charge overnight, came back the next morning with the battery, tried to start it, clicked again. So that lets me know it was a starter. So I took the starter off and all that, replaced it with the other starter, because I put the 2.7 starter on instead of putting the 3.5 that it came with. They're the same starters, but the 3.5 came with the other starter and all that. So I took that 2.7 starter off and put the 3.5 on it. That's when it started cranking over. When after I did that, I take the whole exhaust and everything. I still got to put the exhaust shields on, as you see right here. Well, you can't even see it. I don't think y'all can see. It's too dark down there. But I still got to put the exhaust shields on. That's coming in like 2 or 3 days from now. After I replaced the starter, it started cranking over, but it wouldn't turn over. Yeah, it was turning over, but it wouldn't crank up. It just turned over, turn over, turn over. I was trying to figure out what the heck was stopping it from cranking and all that, and it had turned out that I bought a crank position sensor from O'Reilly's, which was brand new. And I put it in there, it wasn't working. So when I swapped it out and put the old crank position sensor in from the 3.5 that it came with, and it crunked right up. So now I'm just facing the water pump right now, and then that lifter, I think that's a lifter. I don't know what it is. I think it's the lifter. It's about to rain, as you can see too. But that's the update for it right now. Now what I did with it, I'm probably gonna put it in a different video. Like I had to change a lot of stuff. Like this motor came from a 3.5 to a 5-speed transmission. So I had to pull the motor out, change the oil pan. It was an all-wheel drive too. So I had to change the oil pan, take the oil pan out. Had to change the flex plate because the 5-speed flex plate didn't bolt up to the 4-speed torque converter. So I had to change that out. It's a lot of stuff I had to change. I had to change that out. I can't think of everything right now. Like you already know about the AC compressor. I had to change the AC compressor in lines. Everything else is bolted right in and all that. And you can't use the same wire harness like from the 3.5 to the 5-speed transmission because they run together. So you got to go to the junkyard or something like that and get you a 5-speed wire harness like I did that had the 4-speed transmission wire. And if you got the 2007 Chargers and anything like that, you probably got a VLP transmission, which has an extra, it has, I think, five plugs on it. And I had to swap the transmission out. My old transmission is in there. It's a good transmission, but I couldn't use the transmission because I had a VLP, and this wire harness right here didn't come with the VLP input, the plug. So I had to swap out the whole. I didn't know what else to do, so I just swapped. I went and bought a whole nother transmission for like $350. It's a good transmission. Like I ain't think it was gonna work, but yeah, it worked. I had to swap out, put a 42 LE non-VLP transmission in it, so I can run the wire harness to the transmission. When I tried to run this one to the transmission I had in already, I was missing a plug, which is the VLP plug. And everybody kept reading on it, and everybody saying, oh, won't let them go past a certain gear, like second or third gear and all that. And it was like putting it in limp mode. So I just went and took it upon myself to just take the whole transmission out and put this one in. This right here had like a 86,000. He said, dude claimed it had 86,000 miles on the transmission, original miles. I didn't believe him, but the way it like shifting everything, it was shifting smooth and everything. So I think he probably was telling the truth. It's the reason why I didn't believe him though, because like, he had to post up on Facebook Market saying been listed for over a week, but he told me he took the transmission out 3 days before I wrote him. So I'm like, well, it was listed over a week ago, when you telling me you just took it out 3 days ago. So how that work? And I know Facebook Market ain't lying, so I ain't believe him on that. So I told him I wasn't going. He originally wanted 600 for it, but I'm like, if I want to get a 600 transmission, I can go on eBay and get one with a warranty. So I'm not gonna pay you 600 for a transmission that don't come with a warranty. So I know you're not gonna give me my money back if it was to fail on me and stuff like that. So I told him I'll pay you 300, but I had to buy the transmission because this wire harness right here, which comes with the V35, I took it off of Magnum in the junkyard. I don't know what year, I forgot what year it was, but it came off the 3.5 to the 4-speed transmission. So I got that one out the junkyard and put it in this. When I got to this car and realized that I was missing a plug for the transmission that I got in the shed over there, I just knew it wasn't gonna work. So I went and bought a whole nother transmission. Now, because it had like 4 plugs and that one in the shed over there got 5 plugs. So I took that one out and put this other transmission in, which is the 4-plug one, so I won't have no problems and all that. Only thing is, I'm running the code. It's got a code for the VLP and all that, because like this is a 2.7 running this 3.5. I didn't put the 3.5 computer in. This is the 2.7 computer, so it actually do run it. So it's like it still got the little VLP codes and all that, because this transmission doesn't have a VLP in it. I'm gonna look more into that, because I don't know if it's like it's gonna mess up the transmission by me running it like that. But so far it's been good and all that. But I gotta figure out what the heck is that knocking is. I know it's coming from like over here and this right here. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna try to get it figured out. Like I had to do a lot of stuff, especially me taking it. Like I've been working through the rain, mosquitoes. If I'm not in a shop, I'm like, how you see it is how I've been working on it. Putting up on a ramp right there, jack the back up, put jack stands on the back of it, like just doing stuff like that. Like if I had a shop, I wouldn't mind doing it. But it's like I done did enough. All I wanted to do was put it in the car, see if it ran and drive, which it did. It does. But I don't want to drive it right now. And I'm not a mechanic. I'm not an actual like certified mechanic. Like I started from doing brake changes, oil changes, spark plug changes and all that, like the basic stuff, changing the tire and stuff like that. This swap from the 2.7 to the 3.5 swap is the most I've ever did to a car. I've never pulled a motor out of the car. I never pulled a transmission out of the car. Like, this is the first time I did both of them. So if I know if I could do it, a lot of y'all can do it too. Like, I ain't gonna lie. The only reason why I really did it because it's like, it's a learning experience. Like, I wanted to see if I can do it, which I successfully did it. I just gotta fix the small stuff that I knew I should have did in the first place. But me wanting to see, will it work? Because I had my doubts that it wouldn't work. And now that I'm mad that I had my doubts that it wouldn't work. If I didn't have my doubts, I would have took care of all that. I done painted it purple and stuff like that, and it looked good, I ain't gonna lie. I got this from the job. If I ain't got this hose, I tried to go to the junkyard to get one, but that was broke. So went to the job, asked them could I have it, let me have it. And that's only temporary though, because I don't know how this thing hold up with heat. But it's temporary, just to, I had a little something covering this up, making it run funny, so I just put this up there to make it work how it's supposed to work. But yeah, I'm gonna take this back out probably. I don't know. I'm still thinking about if I'm gonna do it myself or just take it to a shop, let them do it. I might do the water pump myself because I know how people like to charge arm and a leg for that. And after that, I'm gonna just clean the engine bay up. As y'all can see, it's dirty. And the reason why, like I told y'all, the water pump leaking because I snapped the bolt. And me thinking, okay, well, if it don't leak, like you heard the saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm like, if the water pump didn't leak with that one bolt missing, then I wasn't gonna fix it until like later on when I need a new water pump or a timing belt. But me taking that gamble, it's leaking. So now I gotta pull it back out. I'm mad, but I'm not mad at myself. Like, this is a learning experience. Like, I did all of this myself. with a little bit of help. Like, got my twin brother help me put the motor and transmission in. Had my coworker help me paint like prep the motor for paint and all that. She helped me change the timing belt and water pump. But yeah, that's just everything right now. I can't think of everything to tell y'all about the swap. Like I told y'all getting this is a 5-speed 3.5. Like, this came from out of 5-speed all-wheel drive. The wiring harness does not match up to this 4-speed transmission. You have to go get the wiring harness for that. I think they wired together, but I believe they wired together. I took the name 2.7 wiring harness apart trying to separate, but it was wired together. So you have to get it to 3.5 to 4-speed transmission wiring harness. You have to. I'm gonna post updates about it and stuff like that. If I'm working on it, I'm gonna try to record everything now, like, because I know a lot of y'all want to see like start to finish, like how you do this, everything, so you ain't got to sit there and ask people, oh, what did you do to such and such. Now if I was recording, you would know what to do, but I didn't record it. So I might record next. I'm gonna try my best to record next time, like when I pull this out and do all the other stuff I need to do to it. But it runs good. But that's all I want to let y'all know, man. We're gonna get back to it though. She look pretty though. I like the way that perfectly look. I know it's a V6. Like I said, I only did the 2.7 and 3.5 swap because like they say it's easy, and I wanted to see how easy it was. And I didn't like that garbage 2.7. The 2.7 was garbage. Like, it overheated, and once it overheated, I already said once it overheated on me one time, I was gonna do the 3. I was gonna try to attempt to do the 3.5 swap. But you got to do your research. You got to do what you got to do. Like I said, this came out of 5-speed, so I had to change the flex plate, the oil pan, and the all-wheel drive. I had to change the motor mounts and the motor mount brackets, because the brackets is not the same. Motor mount brackets are not the same, and the motor mounts are not the same. So I had to change all that out. I had to put the 3.5 rear wheel drive motor mount brackets on and motor mounts. So I had to change a lot of stuff out. Like, I literally had to change a lot of stuff. You already know about the AC compressor and the lines. Like, I had the parts car, so I took everything from the parts car, like everything, and put it in here. So I ain't have to go to the junkyard trying to get an AC compressor, get a freaking AC lines and all that. I went and got a new hose back there, new upper radiator, what they call it, heater core hose, because when I tried to get the junkyard, it was too tight. I was thinking about cutting them. Like, if I cut it, it ain't gonna work. So it wasn't even worth it. So I just went and bought this for like $12 at O'Reilly's. When I looked at O'Reilly's, not O'Reilly's, but Advanced Auto Parts, and they had it for $12, I said, yeah, let me get that.